In this video, I want to talk about the market and how I see the next 3 to 6 months playing out and how I think you should be positioning yourself for one of the biggest bull runs ever that we are probably going to see. Because I actually believe we had the 2013 to 2017. Maybe you guys were involved, maybe you weren't like me. My first bull run was 2021, and we've seen what happened with exponential growth with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these other altcoins. This is probably, and I quote this, going to be the last bull run or substantial bull run. Yes, there's going to be other coins, etc., that go well in 2029 if the 4-year cycle still comes through, but there's a problem with future bull runs, and that is there's going to be a lot more regulations, a lot more scrutiny from the government. Like we're seeing exchanges, like especially in my country, in the UK. I was speaking to some guys in the USA, and they're talking about banning MetaMask and all this kind of stuff, which I don't think they can eventually do, but there's going to be government titans that are going to make cryptocurrency assets not pump as hard. But of course, there is going to be future bull runs. But in this last run, I think this is the chance to change your life if you're working that 9-to-5 job. If you want to go way harder than that and live the life you want, you have to be taking cryptocurrency seriously. But I put the title of this video because I don't want to scare you, but this is huge for altcoins, especially in the next 3 to 6 months, and especially as we approach 2025. We're nowhere out the plain sailing yet, but you guys already know the end game if you believe in the 4-year cycle. So what I will say is I remember on Friday, it's Sunday right now, probably when this video gets pushed, it'll be Tuesday. And I remember vividly when we were on our cryptocurrency call every single Friday with the private group, the market was literally dumping. Literally, as we were on this call, a lot of guys, even in my group, high-level individuals that want to change their life, some guys are already way past that stage, and panic mode was literally sinking in. This was on the hourly candle, and we could see before our eyes, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some altcoins like Illumia and HBAR that we all hold in there are literally dumping. I remember checking my portfolio on this call, and I was literally losing $10,000 on paper on this call, and the call was only 2-3 hours. And it was crazy to me, but it just reminded me, and I've talked to a lot of guys in there that are saying, hey, are we panicking? Is this game over? Should we sell? And I just told them, do you guys believe in the 4-year cycle? And they were all like, yes, we believe in the 2025 cycle. I'm like, okay, well, why would you sell right now? Would this not be a time to have more conviction, top up your main bags? Because if you're buying and constantly selling, you're constantly rolling over money, you continuously lose money, and you're here to make money. So the goal with this bull market and every other previous bull markets, and even if we get future bull markets in the future, like I still think we'll do, but they just won't be as crazy, your goal is to accumulate the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the HBAR, the XRP, the Casper, the coins that you believe in for a 2025 future dollar value to sell, get yield, etc. I'll talk about some strategy with that I've already talked about before, but do not let this shake you out. You've probably been in the market for 6 to 12 months. You might have been in way longer. You might only be brand new. And if you are brand new, this is completely normal. I'm going to talk about previous cycles. I'm showing you how this is literally following exactly what we've seen in the 2021 bull run. Obviously, we had COVID. That was the absolute best times to buy. But even me, first time in cryptocurrency, that scared me a little bit, and I didn't actually take full advantage of that. But I wish I did, because I'd be in a way better situation, at least money-wise, than I would be right now. So at the moment, a lot of people are panicking. I'm seeing it in the YouTube comments. I'm seeing it on Twitter. And I'm especially seeing it on Instagram. A lot of people are saying, should I sell? Should I sell? Should I sell? Is it time to sell and just go back to the traditional stock markets of a 10% year if you're lucky? And the problem with that is inflation is actually way higher than that. If you look at inflation on the real assets, real estate, cars, expensive watches, even stuff like steaks, you won't even be able to afford that with typical stock market returns in the S&P 500. Now, you'll be able to find those next Tesla stocks, but if you're already playing risky stocks, well, I won't play cryptocurrency. You're probably already interested in that. And should you buy real estate? And obviously, if you have a small amount of money, it doesn't make much sense. So nothing has changed. All that has changed up here is the market has started to dump, okay? And it could continually dump harder, like I believe it will. But nothing should be changing rather than going all in. So we have, at the moment, a very scary situation if you're brand new. But I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll understand that this is part of the game, looking at previous cycles, and this is completely normal. Because if I could give you a chance to go back in time and buy Bitcoin at $1, you'd buy it. If I could give you a chance to buy Bitcoin at $10 and it jumped back to $2, you'd go all in, right? Because you know where the future is. Just at the time in the market right now, it can be very, very scary, especially if you're going to that job. You have the wife, you have the kids, you have your mum and dad self-doubting you, and just it happened to be in the last bull run. Why are you buying cryptocurrency, son? It's too risky. It's all a scam. And if I listened to them, I would not be in the situation I was right now, and I especially wouldn't be buying right now. So you just have to ignore the normies, even though you love these guys, you respect these guys, but they're not on the same mindset of you. These guys want to work the 9 to 5 forever. These guys just want to get average returns, and these guys probably don't want to live the lifestyle that you want to do by 2025. So here was one of the questions that we had in our private group, and I think I've shared this before, but he said, can someone explain what is going on in crypto? And this is when literally the market was dumping. Who farted this time to scare anyone away? A couple of green days and then bam. And that's exactly what happened. If you look at Bitcoin, kind of like on the year to date, we were doing absolutely lovely, and then we've seen this big dump. And again, if you zoom out, it is not a big jump. Look how far we've came in the last year. We're still up a 1.2x, 128% on Bitcoin. Look at your other altcoins. They're probably up 5 to 10x. Renders, the Solanas. It's a long-term game here. And it's not even long-term if you look at 2025 compared to traditional markets where it takes you decades to get anywhere near these times of returns, right? So just zoom out and just understand what the end game is here. So I know I won't get up straight like I'm not stupid, but is this starting to feel ridiculous? And I'm getting seriously fed up with this shit. I've got bloody stocks performing better than this crap. So this is one of our guys, our main guys. And he was getting, not panicking, we kind of sorted him out and just saying, hey, this is normal, and he understood what was going on here. But if you're getting fed up with this shit because you're trying to make money tomorrow, maybe cryptocurrency isn't for you, because that's not the way this works. It is long-term DCN, and again, I'll keep saying this, it's not even long-term if you look at it to any traditional market. You just have to grind DCN solid altcoins, have some speculative plays, and be here for 2025 and take profits out aggressively on a 20% cycle like I will, 20% levels, 20% levels. That's all I'm here to do. Again, I've got some other strategies with DeFi pools. I'll share that in a second. I've already shared it many times, but that is another strategy I'm using to not put fresh money in coins I already hold. So, and what one of our guys said, his name is Joe, tried to calm the people down. Now, I would really listen to what this guy said here, because, you know, you might not be in our private community, but this will help you out. So he said it's consistent with other cycles. He expects to see another 2 or 3 months of sideways to even down price action. And I'm with that. If we get to Bitcoin at 50K, I'll sell this fucking watch. I'll sell the fucking other watch I hold. I might even sell the car. I'll sell everything if we get Bitcoin prices at 50K, 45K. And I'll do that live on camera like I did with HBAR. It was a terrible decision in the last bull market when I bought that at 14 cents. The point is, I'll be going all in, not just on Bitcoin, but on other strong assets that I believe in, because Bitcoin crashes to 45, 50K. I don't think it's going to happen, but if that does happen, you know how cheap once-in-a-lifetime opportunities your other altcoins are going to be? They're going to be down 50, 60, 70%. And you always say to yourself, at least I do, and you probably say this as well, if I could just buy Render at 50 cents, if I could just buy Render at $1, if I could just buy Solana at $12. Here's the thing. Nobody wants to buy these assets when they're like that. Everybody wants to buy the $146 Solana, but nobody wants to buy this shit. Nobody wants to buy the $10, $11, $12 that it was for ages before it really started to rip. And this is Solana, a big market cap compared to the other gains that you've had in other positions. So just change this and go all in if we actually do get a massive dip, because Solana will crash. If Bitcoin goes to 45, 50K, this asset's going to probably $50, maybe even less. And you have the opportunity again for these life-changing gains. But if you're only interested in Solana, round about here, at a 200 odd so dollars, you're playing the wrong game, because that's FOMO mindset, right? And there's not much returns if you do it right. So this guy really goes on about it. He talks about Trump was speaking at an event and he would be hostile towards crypto, blah, 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 blah. And there's always hope. And again, the hope is for 2025. Another guy shared this, which was good to see. I'm not going to go into too much, but he talked about economic outlooks, unexpected drop, signal potential changes for the economy. There's a lot of inflation concerns, highlighted the rise of inflations, interest rate, there's growing concerns. So everybody, if you look at the normies right now, they are panicking. Sales, Federal Reserve, everything's going on. Who's going to win the election? Again, this is all great. We obviously, if you want crypto, Trump's probably the better route that we would say for cryptocurrency. But just zoom out and be here for 2025. The takeaway here is the latest figures are a strict indicator of consumer pessimism, reflecting concerns over inflation and interest rates that could lead to a pullback in spending, challenging the economic outlook further. Now again, these guys that are panicking right now, these are the guys that we buy in Bitcoin at 100K, 150K, Ethereum at 7, 8, 9, 10K, Render at $50, HBAR at 50 cents, Gala Games at $1, Kronos at $2, $3, BNB at $2 grand. These are the guys that are like, okay, now we're off to the races, but nobody wants to touch the prices of cryptocurrency, especially when they're dumpster prices. So again, a lot of people are scared about this. ETF inflows. So this was a big catalyst for Bitcoin. This is why I believe we ripped so much past the previous all-time high before the BTC halving because of the ETF. The big players or the biggest pensions players, like the $5 to $10 million net worth, could buy Bitcoin safely in a way that they like, so that it doesn't confuse them, rather than going to Coinbase, deposit accounts, going to Binance. Like these big players that want to allocate just 10, 15% of their huge net worths to Bitcoin, they don't want to be downloading Coinbases. It just scares them too much, especially if you're like 60, 65. These guys aren't Michael Saylor and taking out massive loans to play for their bets because they know the future. No, the ETF inflows, it was slowing, and it is slowing right now. At the time of recording, we're actually at negative. There's negative ETF inflows, right? Fear is building. Let's put a smiley face here because, again, this is great for us. I want to buy at cheaper prices because if you look here, it was massive. This is when Bitcoin was going to the moon. Everybody was all interested. And now, as we start to decrease, and we're actually a net negative, especially here, it was a massive negative day, almost $500 million of negative inflows. People were taking their money out and putting it elsewhere. That's when you buy. It's very, very simple. Up here, the price was at 70K. Ethereum was ripping. Solana was ripping. All these coins were ripping. But there's no money to be made. Now, I found this tweet. I can't remember the guy's name, so sorry if I forgot his name. But he said, the only ones panicking here are the newbies and perma bears. So again, if you are a newbie, just understand, and I promise you this, whether you like me or not, this is normal. We've already seen it in 2013, 2017, and 2020. Whenever BTC reaches an all-time high, which we smashed before the halving, there's always a correction for a few weeks before continuing upwards. I hope you're taking it easy. And again, if you are struggling right now, and if you are having self-doubts, just man to man, brother to brother, I get you. I don't really feel it anymore because my income is so high and I'm just going so heavy. I really do believe in the next bull run of 2025, and we're already in that right now. If you don't think this is a bull run, where the F have you been, brother? If you think this is a bear market or we're crashed, like, have you missed these gains? You might have, and you might have bought up here. That's just unfortunate, but you can still get rich with other altcoins that you believe in. But if you just go back to the 2020 run, this was the COVID crash, the absolute best time again. There was another crash here. There's been many crashes. We had the double top, huge crash. Literally Bitcoin, it literally got cut in half. I remember watching this live and I was very, very scared because I was like, oh, I should have just took profits. We got another pump up, but I never took any profits and I got absolutely wrecked. This was the bear market confirmed. And again, the time to accumulate was here, not just on Bitcoin, but even on Bitcoin, you would have been massive returns, but let alone your Solanas, etc. So what happens here is if you're consistently selling this shit, meaning you're selling on the way down and you bought higher, you just bought because of fear, you're literally deleting all your profits. You know when you go into a computer like this and I go Command, Shift, Delete, or Control, Alt, Delete if you're on Windows, etc. You're deleting all the hard work you've done from the job, the business that you have, and you're deleting all these potential gains because, again, you are going to buy again when prices are going higher and you constantly are releasing the hard work. You want to do the opposite. Zoom out. We're probably going lower. Again, smiley face. We are probably going lower because if you just look at the previous runs, slump, bear market, but just zoom out, guys. This is completely normal. And again, we're less than 73 right now. So we're probably going to go to 50, to 55, to 60. We're already there right now. So we've already lost a lot just on Bitcoin. But again, you're here for 2025. A strategy you can use if you want, I'm not telling you guys to do this, but if you want to get rid of the hodl mindset and still hodl the coins you believe in, again, have a harder wallet, but if you want to take a small percentage of your bags and you don't want to put any fresh money, I share this all the time, and this is a new strategy we're doing. Again, I believe in Suicoin. You can get yield on Suicoin and, and DeFi pools. Again, they're not sketchy plays like the Celsius. You control the keys. You can withdraw the money immediately. This is a strategy you can use. Here's another platform, Orica. We're doing Render, Solana. These are just two small pools that I have. Solana, USDC. I believe in Render. I believe in Solana. I believe, obviously, in Sui. I believe in many coins like Ethereum. You can do Wrap, Bitcoin, and Uniswap, which are super, super trustworthy. They've been around since 2018. And what this really means is, on these pools, when we go less, and I'm in range here, you can accumulate free coins for free that you would be already holding anyways. Again, a little bit of due diligence here. How do you deposit that? I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I've made many other videos on this before. This is just another strategy you can use if your income's lower, you don't want to put fresh money in, but you can come and deposit on trusted platforms like Orica, like Turbo Finance, like Uniswap. I'm sure you guys have heard of Uniswap. They're so, so trusted, and they've got a lot of TVL. And you can accumulate free coins. Remember, if you're accumulating free Render, free Solana, even if they go down, and you understand the game of 2025, you're accumulating them for free because you're providing a service to these traders, these liquidity pools, and you're here to sell for the dollar value in 2025. And when you understand this and you combine this with a hodl mentality, you literally cannot lose. It's so motivating to have this kind of strategy because, again, combine this with the DCA hard work for your income. You don't look back if we drop. You should be excited about dips. Now, if Bitcoin crashed to 20K, I don't think that's going to happen. Then I would be a little bit scared, okay? But I would still be fucking selling everything. I would sell the house in the UK. I would tell the girlfriend, I would say, hey, bro. Not hey, bro, I'm not gay. Hey, girl, we're selling this house. I'm sorry, you're going to have to live in a hotel. Like, we're taking this cash flow from this house, and we're selling this house right now, and I'm buying everything in cryptocurrency. Call me an idiot, whatever, but that's just the way I see cryptocurrency. I'm all in. I want to take full advantage. And again, it's nice to try and time the market to think you're smarter, but you're really not that smart, bro. We're not here to time the market on the short terms. You know the end game. Calm is required in this phase. Do the opposite of the Jeffrey mind, and you'll be absolute fine by 2025.